On this episode of That Kingsville Podcast, we discuss town happenings, Canada Day, graduation, municipal election update, all that and more on this episode.
Blocks.
What?
Blocks where there's parties.
There's partying in Cottam, which is a town.
Yeah, in squares.
There is, but we were there. 2 of the 3 of us were there, so we'll give you the update right after this. That Kingsville Podcast, still proudly brought to you by Kingsville Brewery. Summer has officially arrived in Kingsville. How can you tell? The beaches are busy, and the geese are angry. And the Kingsville Brewery beer garden is open. Now, you could spend your weekend mowing the lawn, or you could spend it enjoying a nice cold beer, live music, and great local food. Tough call. Beer garden is open Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sundays from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Check the Kingsville Brewery Facebook page for who's food truck or food services and who's going to be playing each weekend. It's a different lineup each weekend.
It's like a different place every weekend.
Yeah. It's great news for anyone who ever looked at a weekend to-do list and thought, that sounds like a Monday problem. Grab a light A lager. It's crisp, refreshing, and goes perfectly with a sunny afternoon. Feeling adventurous? Try the hazy IPA. Want something smooth? The Hefeweizen has got you covered.
Heffa.
Honestly, the hardest decision you'll make all weekend might be choosing your first beer. Plus, with rotating food vendors and live local music throughout the weekend, there's always something new happening at the beer garden. Before you know it, one beer becomes 2, one song becomes 3, and somehow you're watching the sunset wondering where the day went. Funny how that works. So head over to the Kingsville Brewery Beer Garden at 140 Park Street. Cold beer, live music, great food, no lawn mowing required. Visit kingsvillebrewery.com for upcoming events and full beer lineup, free delivery in Windsor and Essex County. Thank you, Kingsville Brewery, for supporting That Kingsville Podcast. Kingsville Brewery, proof that some of the best weekends happen when you have absolutely no plans. Welcome back to That Kingsville Podcast. I'm your host, Dave. This is Kevin Black. That's Stephen Ianson.
Hey.
We're here to bring you all the updates. Hey, let's get formal this time. You know, we're a few years into it. We can do what we want. People still listen. They like to listen to us. Oh, you're fine. David James, thank you. Well, gentlemen.
DJ?
DJH. That's a DJ Hunt. So you guys like in Full House, we could do that.
I like it.
I don't.
Oh.
Okay.
I had a friend named Brandon James.
Whoops, a daisy. Hey. Hey. The Kingsville Block Party happened this past week. Happy Father's Day, first and foremost, gentlemen, to the wonderful fathers that are here in the show and all those watching at home.
Both of them.
Oh, yeah. Hey, all the 3. Lots of things happen. Again, you celebrate with the family.
Yeah.
Lots of fun, festivity, frivolity.
Was in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got wet.
Tends to happen.
Yeah. Had some bacon.
Ate food.
Yeah. Sausage. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Well, I actually went out to Oxley Winery. Hadn't been out to the wineries in a while, weirdly, and it was fun. Yeah, went out. A lot of people out and about at the wineries, and I was surprised, to be honest. I kind of thought like the breweries, like the beer garden would be packed, and we're like, all right, well, let's put the top down the Jeep, we'll go for a drive, hit 50, see what's going on, and it was busy.
Yeah, up and down County Road 50 from like beginning of June to late September.
Yeah, well, we hit the Carousel of Nations last weekend, and started off at the Polish Beach Club. Had never been before.
That's so fun. I want to hear the story, and then I have a funny story about the Polish Beach Club.
What a place. I mean, parking, limited.
Yes.
There was one, aspiring entrepreneur who was offering to allow people to park in his driveway for a fee, and why not, right? But no, we started there, and then we moved back into town, hit the Banded Goose, hit the Grove.
So it's Belgian and Dutch?
Yes, correct. And actually, the Polish Beach Club had Mexican dancers.
Olé.
It was like the World Cup in Colchester.
Hey.
Right? Yeah, I mean, we've all seen, maybe we haven't all seen, and if you haven't, you should, but some of the fantastic videos that are coming from the World Cup as different cultures are coming together. Like the South Koreans and the Mexicans are loving each other.
It's funny you mentioned that. Go on.
Sorry, the Scottish in Boston and the Algerians in Lawrence, Kansas. It's fantastic, some of these videos. And having seen that and then seeing sort of the mix at the Polish Beach Club, it was like our own little mini World Cup festivity in there. But and that led into this weekend, which we will discuss. But
I wanted to go to the Polish Beach Club. That was what I had originally pitched.
Okay,
because sausage and pierogies
are delicious.
Are like 1-2 on the Father's Day list. Like amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, this was prior to the not this last weekend.
So this past weekend was their carousel weekend, and
they did both.
Yeah, they did both.
Yeah.
And we wanted to head out, and I got voted down.
Dad, we don't want to hang out at a really cool beach
Yeah.
and like eat delicious pierogies.
I know. That's exactly what I said.
It was good.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. I really I got voted down on Father's Day.
But what's interesting is that they said that it was a limited menu and a limited beer choices because of the carousel.
Mm-hmm.
But excuse me, they do have obviously a wider menu and more selection on their weekend days.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't checked it out, it's certainly worth checking out.
Yeah, it's a gem out there.
It's not within the borders of Kingsville, but hey, you know what? Every now and then we can pitch.
It's
Pitch a
adjacent.
little outside.
Yeah, it's adjacent. People, I think if people from Kingsville go there, then it qualifies.
So. Yeah, it's nice. It's along the shore. You follow 50, you can get there.
Yeah. But what we're kind of leading into is the fact that there's very few weekends for the next however long that really don't have something somewhere local to enjoy. Mm-hmm. And this past weekend obviously was the Block Party.
Yeah, the inaugural 2026 Block Party started in Cottam again. And Steve, you were there. I was there. Kevin,
no.
AWOL. Whatever.
Cottam.
It's fine. I think if you tried to drive into Cottam would be like, Kev, you best move along. But yeah, we got there a little bit, midway through the event and packed.
Yeah, it was very busy.
Cottam showed up.
They do.
And it was great to see all the vendors, all the local representation from the community groups. Right, the Yacht Club was there, Rotary was there. There was a bunch of other people like just milling around. And
Mrs. Roper was there.
Several Ropers were there.
Yeah, because
the Kingsville BIA did the Roper Romp earlier in the day in Kingsville proper, which, if for those that aren't aware, Mrs. Roper was a character on Three's Company, identifiable by a tie-dye or loudly colored muumuu and red curly hair and big sunglasses and whatever have you. So, like 70 or 80 women went throughout a whole big restaurant pub crawl on Saturday through Kingsville. A bunch of different restaurants and businesses participated. And
yeah, it was fun to see. And I've said several times, I'm very rarely in town anymore. But Saturday, actually, twice I drove through town, and then Tam and I went out for supper downtown. And it was a lot of fun to see. A lot of character, a lot of enthusiasm, and yeah, it was a nice touch. But back to Cottam. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is this an interruption reverse? Are we Inception?
No, but it was a nice start for a block party.
Yes.
And hopefully the two that are upcoming in Kingsville kind of followed that lead. Music was good. Beer was good. Mm-hmm. The gluten-free beer I'd never had before. But
Brookston Oaks.
Certainly tasty, yeah. And actually, I didn't realize when I first got there, they had a little pop-up stand across the street. So I went inside and I stood and I waited patiently and checking the place out. It was neat to see.
I think they're expanding too.
They are into Essex, the old PV Mart building. Yeah. So,
oh wow!
I don't know if it's going to close the one in Cottam or if they're going to keep two locations. I don't know that.
I would hope they'd keep the one in Cottam because that's a nice little gem. Yeah. When you see what's happened in downtown, well, Kevin, you probably haven't.
No.
When you see. When you see what's happened in downtown Cottam over the last several years, like the businesses and everything, it's a nice little drive, but it's a nice little stop.
Let's talk about Woodsley.
No,
it's not a part of Kingsville, so we don't care.
No, but it's a nice stop. It's fun.
It was fun. It was nice to see, again, lots of people out enjoying the evening. It was a great night. Temperature was fantastic. As soon as the sun went down, got a little chilly, but the performers, there was a Fleetwood Mac.
Sweetwood Mac.
That's
what they were, yeah.
And we caught them as we were finishing dinner at Brookston, and it was a nice way to say, yeah, this is still relevant. There's a survey currently on the Have Your Say Kingsville or the Kingsville website where they're looking for feedback. So if you did attend or if you find value in these things, respond to that survey, because that's how the municipality and the administration is taking feedback as to how to evolve or change or create new events in a similar fashion. So
yeah, it was interesting just as on a personal side too, having covered many events in Cottam back in the day, horse shows and different things.
Yeah, the yard sale. You named the two.
Never covered. We don't cover yard sales. I've been over this with you ad nauseum for many years, Kevin. We don't do yard sales. We don't do craft shows.
But the Cottam yard sales, like
again,
event
yes.
number 2 in Cottam.
No.
moving on.
But anyway, there were some.
Wrong?
Oh no, you're not wrong. But it's okay. He's getting mad.
There were some faces that I don't know who these people are, but I recognize faces and hadn't seen them in years. Don't know them to say hi, but just seeing them out again, and it was fun for me.
Yeah, well,
just seeing people out that have continually supported that community year after year.
And they did grow significantly over the last few years, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of new houses and a lot of new builds, a lot of new faces in town, and it's great that there is something for them in that community, because they were and have been remote, and they're the commuter kind of community where Essex is 10 minutes away, Kingsville's 10-15 minutes away. Nobody's going to Cottam for anything. So to have an anchor attraction for just that one night,
yeah,
it's a nice thing to have. So, and the closing of the street, being able to have a beverage, walk around, talk to some people that you haven't seen for a long time. It's nice.
Council was well represented too.
Yeah, I noticed.
Weird.
There was I don't know. Is something happening this week? This year?
I think I saw 5 of them. 5 of the 7. Yes, I saw 5 of 7. Not to say the other 2 weren't there, but I did see 5 of the 7.
I only saw 4.
I saw Councillor Jarvis Chaussey, Councillor Lowry, Councillor Neufeld, Deputy Mayor DeYoung, and Mayor Rogers.
Oh, I stand corrected. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, moving on. And some of the new candidates that are seeking election were also there, too. I saw Adam Edwards walking around, milling around.
Okay.
So
I did see Lisa, his wife, but I didn't see Adam.
I saw Adam. He was glad-handing a few people, I'm sure.
That's good.
Larry wasn't there?
I'm not saying Larry wasn't there. I didn't see Larry.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably in Cottam, just maybe not at the block party.
Yeah.
Larry, where are you? It's like, where's Larry? No, but another event's going to happen in rapid succession because Canada Day is coming.
Yes.
July 1st, as of recording this, and I know this is so evergreen for those that are at home, evergreen being a radio term that you can use all the time and it never has a date. No, this has a specific date and gets real stale after this. But July 1st at the Kingsville Recreation Complex in Jasperson 1.
Lane?
No, it used to be. It was a lane, and now I believe is it Avenue?
Jasperson.
Why did it
Court?
Change?
Because the redevelopment. So Jasperson Lane used to essentially be Orchard and Farmers Field. Orchard on the left as you head north, and Farmers Field on the right.
Jasperson Drive.
Is it? Okay, there we go. And essentially it just led to the arena. You did the little S bend over the creek bridge, and you were at the arena and the athletic fields. And that's essentially where it terminated. It was just a lane.
Town of
Kingsville
is excited to announce plans for Canada Day celebration. Join us at the sports fields of the Kingsville Arena, 1741 Jasperson Drive for fun family activities, starting with an opening ceremony at 4 p.m. and fireworks and finale at 10 p.m. Free event open to the public. Families are encouraged to bring lawn chairs and wear adequate protection from the sun.
And the bugs.
Yeah. Live entertainment on the JV Energy Solutions stage from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. is Canadian Gold Rush, followed by Sabor Latina from 6:30 to 8, and Buck 20 from 8 to 9:45. Circus performer Kaylin Davidson will perform from 4:30 to 5:15 in Baseball Diamond 2. From 4:30 to 8:30, families can enjoy bouncy castles, obstacle course, 9-hole mini golf course, camp zone featuring crafts, imagination station, and lawn games. The Kingsville Express train getting its usage.
Yes.
Tesla train. Train rides and time for a reflection at a Sacred Fire Ultimate Soccer Watch Party. Join us for a public screening of the FIFA World Cup 16 matches from 4:30 to 9 in Auditorium A at the arena. So you don't have to miss all that entertainment while you're there. There's going to be vendors, and there will be free cupcakes sponsored by That Kingsville, and a food truck alley being available in the Kratz parking lot. And as I said, fireworks starting at 10 p.m. for the finale. Canada Day will take place, rain or shine. In the event of rain, inflatables and fireworks will be canceled. Please note, fireworks are weather dependent. Any cancellation is at the discretion of the fireworks company. So check the Kingsville Parks and Rec Facebook page for updates. If weather is a little dicey, who knows? We're still a week and a bit out.
Yeah,
but
this is an event the town does really well.
They do. They've done this really well for the last few years. Yeah. And now that Jasperson Drive isn't a through street any longer.
Can we get back to that for a sec? So Jasperson Lane? Jasperson Lane was Jasperson Lane after they closed it, or before they closed it?
So
reconstruction, right? So that's Jasperson. So
it was Jasperson Lane.
I think it became Jasperson Drive when they opened it up to just be a straightaway between Road 2 and Main.
Right.
I could be
that's
wrong.
Jasperson Drive.
Yes.
So from Main to Road 2. Like the street that goes past my house.
Yes, that would be Jasperson
Drive.
So you're talking now the address of the arena and then that one home.
Yeah.
I believe that is Jasperson Drive also.
It can't be. It have to be that's Jasperson Lane.
Yes. No, you guys got it wrong.
Okay,
you got it wrong. Jasperson Lane is the street that runs by your house. That is Jasperson Lane. Jasperson Drive is the old segmented chunk of Jasperson.
That seems really backwards.
Yeah.
No. Shh. Google's wrong twice. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
So on Google,
what a debate we're having here.
This is I can hear the listeners just.
No, I bet you everyone's like, it's a major street in town.
So as Google says, from Road 2 to Peachwood, it is Road 2 to that'd be Woody Crest. It is Jasperson Drive. Then from Woody Crest all the way to Main Street, it's Jasperson Lane again, and Jasperson Lane is the segmented chunk. So Jasperson Drive
is essentially the new part,
right? But only to Woody Crest, and it turns back into Lane again.
So there are actually no addresses fronting onto Jasperson Drive. All the addresses are on Jasperson Lane. Then, okay.
What would Erie Migration be?
Nobody knows.
That would be the lane because it fronts onto what was the older part of Jasperson Lane.
Drive.
Come on.
1620 Jasperson Drive.
That's not fair.
Nobody knows. It's topography.
Nobody knows.
Let's just call it Jasperson. That's what you call someone with no body and no nose. Nobody knows. Anyway.
Or Jasperson.
Don't even do it. No,
that's an old joke. Anyway, back to it.
But yeah, the festivities, if you have the opportunity, take it in. Our neighborhood kind of clears out, 9:30, and we all kind of make the trek over to watch the fireworks from the ball.
Don't tell that to the criminals.
They're not watching our podcast, Steve. I don't really think that they're riveted to find about.
Where are they going to be?
They're all leaving. Everyone's leaving.
Yeah.
Get them.
Boy, oh boy.
The fireworks band.
Part of that, we got a little Scottish.
Yes, because the Highland Games are also this Saturday, and with it being at Colasanni's Tropical Gardens this year, fantastic facility to hold a big event. We did talk about it in a previous episode. Go to their website and check all the details for the agenda and whatnot. But that's a huge opportunity for a lot of things happening, like. Events happening in such a rapid succession in town.
I wonder if it's going to get a little more foot traffic because of what's been going on at the World Cup with all the great stories from the Scottish too.
I'll throw the haggis. And get all those events and whatnot. And going back to that a little bit, all of those videos that you've seen in each of the different communities from all the nations showing up and being prideful and respectful within those other. It's great to see because everybody's celebrating. Nobody's causing mass destruction or anything like that. It's just an incredible showing of a culture. And I know this isn't new, but the way that the Japanese treat the cities that host their games and how they leave the facilities, like if you haven't seen this, Google it because it's inspiring. The Japanese athletes clean the locker room before they leave and leave it in a better condition than when they got there. And the Japanese fans clean the stadium before they leave.
Yeah, they pick up all their garbage.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Which again, that's their culture is very conscious of their being and things like that. So it's nice to see in today's day and age all that kind of stuff happening, especially with all the controversy that kind of surrounded a lot of the World Cup for ticket prices and countries being boycotted / access and whatnot. So
I do find it interesting though, because those videos that you see where it's really showing like the differences in cultures are from the US. Where you don't really see those videos from Toronto, and you don't really see those videos
because
from
it's
Vancouver.
not new for us,
right? Which is interesting, right?
Yes,
because
that's true.
It's,
when you look at the division in the U.S. that's been caused.
Yeah, well, I don't even think it's that as much. I mean, I'm sure people would argue that, but I also just think it's a matter of in Toronto, you can find your people from Bosnia can go to the part of Toronto where all the people from Bosnia are and like just go hang out. Like it's people in Toronto and people in Vancouver are still maintain their nationalities. They're Canadians and Bosnians or Canadians and Qatari or I don't think that you see it because it's the integration already happens all the time.
Well, I haven't seen any stories from Little Italy, though.
I know I have some family members will be upset about that.
What happened? What happened? I don't know. I do. I think to that point, Kevin, I think that it's a question of scale, right? The U.S. is such a large distance-wise between populace, but if you look at each different metropolitan area. Yeah, so it's Monday today. Podcast brain isn't thing. New York City has different boroughs that have different cultures, and they, the Jamaica, Chinatown, Little Italy, et cetera, where we're seeing it is outside of those distinct regions, right? Like when you go to San Francisco, you go to Chinatown because that's one of the biggest, tourist areas. But now we're actually seeing it, parading into a stadium and, demonstrating outside of those barriers from where those little pockets were. And also there's the American thing of, you got to assimilate to an American life. So some of their identity does get washed away. And, whereas, like you mentioned, in Canada, it's not necessarily the mandate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested to see if this changes some of the sporting culture a little bit, particularly in certain cities when you see the Scottish fans and they're singing and they're chanting at Fenway Park. And I don't know that it will, because if you look at what a sporting event is in North America, it is more family-oriented.
Not anymore.
Why? Because they're priced out.
The economics.
Sure. Okay. But historically, it's like you take your family to a ball game or whatever, right? Whereas with the soccer game, yeah, you might go with your family, but oftentimes it's a group of individuals who are gathering to support their team and sing together, and So it's a different dynamic in the crowd makeup, but I think there's probably a lot of fascination with the singing and the chanting that comes from soccer, and I would be interested to see, because I think the only other time I've really seen it in North American sports and on TV is with college football and to an extent college basketball. The college crowd brings it oftentimes.
It's the same fundamentals of the following of that team, right? That's you identify as those
exactly, but it doesn't translate to professional. Like you can't go to a hockey game and you might hear "Let's go Red Wings," but the chants of soccer fans, while sometimes inappropriate, are oftentimes funny.
Well, sure, but like it's that bond. I am that, right? I am from this city, and this is our football club, and we cheer them because this is us,
right?
Throughout England, throughout Germany, throughout. Does Italy still play soccer?
I've heard.
Okay, yeah, like Spain and whatnot. I think that's what really fosters that. Much like the universities in the U.S., right? They have this strong bond and identity of the colors, like the clothes,
right?
Like what was it? George Carlin. Was that his famous comedy bit that he said you're cheering for clothes, right? Because the players change, so like you're cheering for clothes. But the difference being, no, it's an identity of a city, it's an identity of a location, and because soccer / football in the rest of the world is the entry-level sport for anyone, because all it takes is a ball.
Yeah.
And baseball, hockey, football, American football, all require equipment, training, et cetera, et cetera. So this is one of those unique opportunities that we see the culture on our own, grounds. I hope some of it does, but they're.
Well, one last quick point that I want to make too is it's not just bringing different countries and cultures together. It's bringing individual countries together, because you don't think there's like Liverpool fans and Manchester United fans like hanging out together and actually being friends because they're obviously going for a common goal. Just like Barcelona and Real Madrid fans, or they're all cheering for Spain. Like that's what's kind of cool too, because you can go to a game. Where England are playing, and St. George's Cross is there, and it might have like Middlesbrough and then Manchester United and each individual team, but they're all together as one. So it's really just a bring together, not just of
like Milan and Rome and Italy and Juventus.
Okay. We're gonna.
I'm digging your hole for you, Steve. Don't worry. I'm digging it
one time. You know what? No, but I will say it's not the same without them, and I recognize that they've missed 3 in a row, but it's still not the same.
No, and you're right. You're right. Thankfully, and I know this much about it. There are superstars that are playing in this World Cup, like Argentina, right? Most goals in a game. Was it that?
Well, Messi today broke the record for most goals at the World Cup.
Most goals at the World Cup. Thank you. So
Miroslav Klose of Germany had the record, and Messi scored today.
You've got things that are happening. So there's highlights above and beyond. Just not
Canada.
Canada's 6-0, 6-0.
Yeah,
crazy.
Right, and people are saying they should have eased up. No way, no. I'll make 2 points to that simply because goal difference matters. And yes, but not just that, because even what could still happen is that if they lose to Switzerland and Bosnia and Qatar have a winner, they could essentially finish. They could have finished third.
Yeah,
and only so many of the top 3 or the top third place finishers go through to the round of 32. So that goal difference will help them in that end of it too. Plus, it's the World Cup. It's preliminary round. You're not there to ease up. No. Right? Well, I'm sorry. This is not kids soccer. You don't ease up. The other team has made mistakes. They're down to 9 men. You go for the jugular.
Yeah, and they should be playing as hard as they can, because if they finish at the top of the group, they get another home game.
Yeah,
and that's huge. Like another game at Vancouver, and that alone for Canadian soccer fans should be enough to understand that you need to keep scoring.
Yeah.
Like I would have loved if they put up 9. It was an unbelievable game to be able to sit there and watch. I never thought I'd be able to see Canada in the World Cup.
And it was Jonathan David, who plays for Juventus.
I've been there. Anyway, this week in town also a lot of things. End of school. Right, big momentous occasions, graduating classes.
Yeah,
both.
Will you be shedding a tear?
One.
Yeah,
just one tear. Our oldest going away to Brock.
Good for her.
Fall.
Well done.
Yeah, Thursday. Was it the 25th? It'll be.
It is.
The 25th will be the Kingsville High School graduate. I won't do it.
You can. I'm getting.
Yeah, whatever. It's Erie. Erie Secondary School's graduation.
Scary.
Yeah, it is. So we
It's
were
not just scary, it's eerie.
He
Come on.
takes every opportunity. You know,
Anyway.
Gary, you've been to a few graduating ceremonies so far this year with the grandkids and whatnot. Time goes on. Steve, you'll be there next year. Kev, you'll be...
I got a few years.
Couple
I
years
got an elementary one coming up.
Yeah.
But a couple of years
Next
behind.
year. Next year.
Next year, wow.
For the high school end of things, when the time comes, you're not prepared, but...
Well, between us, we'll be going to quite a few in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
You, me, and then...
We'll have...
No, 1 year off, and then
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
The topic we were talking about is capacity for the venues. And allow me to just gripe a smidge.
Absolutely, it's your show.
So I know we were blessed with Migration Hall, and the Migration Hall seating was not the greatest.
Oh, where'd it go? I drove by it today.
The seating?
No, the Migration Hall.
Oh, it's there. It's sold.
It's still there.
Somebody bought it. Somebody bought it, though. I don't know. Maybe we'll see a for sale sign on it. Maybe we'll see,
Town Hall?
now playing. Maybe. Listen, that's reckless speculation. If you go on the internet, though, you could buy those seats because they're currently for sale.
They are.
Some things are being salvaged out of the old high school building and Migration Hall so far. So I believe it's Gagnon Salvage.
Yeah.
So, go on their Facebook page or give them a call, find out what's what, if you want something. But anyhow.
Back to your gripe.
My gripe. The seating in that gymnasium absolutely is the worst cushioned seating, which is not cushioned at all. It was excruciating while we were sitting there for the hour and a bit for the arts presentation a couple of weeks ago.
I was fine.
Steve, not all of us are blessed with the, svelte, lean package that you are.
No, I'm telling you, go on Amazon, get yourself a stadium chair.
Oh, you did buy a stadium chair.
Yes. Well, so here's what
Cheater.
What happened is we had one. My mother-in-law and father-in-law had one, and then we decided we'd get another one, and they are a blessing. So I strongly encourage people, if anyone is going to any event in those bleachers, invest. It will be one of the most worthwhile investments. Even if it's for 4 years, your child does 1 or 2 events at that school, take the chair.
Yeah, find one at a yard sale, do something, because, they're not built for comfort.
Take your own little tush pillow, whatever. Take something.
Yeah. I, in-laws, father-in-law had a knee replacement. Did not do well.
No, my dad was the same.
Yeah.
So. It's not just the tush, it's...
the joints, the seating position, etc.
Yeah.
Etc. But we won't let that sully the evening because, it's all about the graduates.
Well, and here's the other interesting part about graduation. They actually have the stage set up on the floor because I don't know if you know this, but the stage at the school only has one exit entry point on one side of the stage. So you cannot walk across the stage like you would in most other places, collect your diploma, and then proceed to walk down off the stage.
I did notice that. I was surprised.
That sounds like a fire hazard.
No, it does have adequate. There
are other exits, but like
there is
you can't do the cross the stage.
No, you can't. So the stage will be set up on the gymnasium floor.
Huh.
I suppose they could do like a behind the curtain and come through, and then
there's ways around it. All I'm saying is you cannot just go.
Yeah, like we did.
Yeah,
when we graduated at Migration Hall.
Yeah,
so many years ago.
Although I think we didn't go across the stage.
We did.
I didn't, because I remember collecting my diploma, and the stairs were coming off the front of the stage, and I unzipped my gown because I was wearing a Red Wings jersey because they just won the cup. Anyway.
There was no internet fame for him back then. He wished. There's somebody who has it on their camera.
No, there isn't.
There was
nobody cared.
Who's that guy?
Nobody was expecting it. Nobody cared other than my mom and dad, and they were just there, happy, smiling and waving.
Yeah.
It's on someone's black and white 8mm somewhere.
Giant camcorder. Yeah, it's not that long ago. It was the 90s.
Well, it's a moving picture.
I mean, I'm excited to go see the slideshow of it.
Yeah, there we go.
Donk.
It's a black and white photo somewhere.
Donk.
And he goes,
Anyway.
So lastly, and Kev, this is a bit of an issue that we've been talking about a little bit outside, has been the weather and how insane some of these thunderstorms have been throughout the spring. And now that we've just transitioned into summer, is it going to continue with the severity? But
so here's. We were talking about this. This is actually kind of funny. So
not that funny.
So I'm laughing to myself. So first of all, does it feel like it's been substantially colder?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's abnormally cool.
Abnormally cool, right? Yeah. Actually, no. If you run the numbers from the Harrow Research Station for specific spring, so like March 20th to June 20th, and you pull the average temperature, it's spot on the average temperature for the last 5 years.
What do they know?
Now,
the data.
Where it is the swings in temperature. So it was really hot for a bit, and that raised it up. It was really cold for a bit. It was slightly cooler than normal at the beginning, which obviously delayed planting for a lot of farmers, which is going to be an issue throughout the summer. But as much as everyone may think that it's been significantly colder, it's actually just on average.
Well, and that's fine.
So they are.
That's fine. Average is fine.
That's average.
But the severity of the thunderstorms, though, that's not average.
It's not average. So it actually is.
That
actually is average.
The thunderstorms
the rainfall totals have been close to average.
I'm not talking rainfall totals.
No, but I'm saying like those storms that come through, they are significant, but we've been getting significant weather like that for the last 5 or so years.
I don't think last year we really had much of a significant storm. We had some storms, but
but normally we do have significant ones. Remember, like 2 years ago, we had that one. Right?
Yeah.
But there was that one a couple years before that.
Sure, but last year was kind of calm. So I guess on average, yes, maybe it does balance out.
So you can tune out to the podcast. We're not talking about anything revolutionary.
Yeah, so, weather. Weather's been weathering, and it's weather.
But
I'm glad we have the research station.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's great because you don't rely on U.S. Doppler radar for weather alerts and whatnot. But the reason why we're talking about it is because of the perception of what's gone on so far this spring and those pocketed thunderstorms and how intense they were, and just the last weekend, the water spout warnings out on the lake, and watching those fronts come through,
and tornado warnings, straight up tornado warnings. And I don't know about you guys, but I got it 4 times on my phone.
Yeah, I had it 4. Yeah.
Have you ever had it come through that many times before?
Once, and usually when the storm has passed us by about 20 minutes.
It seems like you're getting like a yellow warning about every other day for wind.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, but not the wah, 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 one on your phone.
No. But a yellow warning.
Yes. Well, because they've changed the warning structure.
Because they give warnings for everything now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Warning. It's going to be Tuesday.
Warning. You're going to get a warning.
The sun's coming out. Look out.
Chop, chop.
Well, I was actually part of a media group back in, this would have been 2011, that was commissioned through Environment Canada to discuss the watch and warning system. Because if you remember, when the Leamington tornado came through, they issued a tornado warning 30 minutes after the tornado had hit. And so they were trying to figure out how they fix that system. So there was... Jeff Colson ran it through Environment Canada and came down, and we all met at Gore Hill Public School and discussed kind of what we saw from a media standpoint, how provided insight on for us in radio at the time, which obviously radio wouldn't be the number one way you would get those alerts anymore. But at the time, it was like, okay, well, for radio, how do we contact you? What is the best method for us to even get this information out? And so then they went to the Weather Network, and the Weather Network developed the technology that is that warning system now.
Thanks, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Thanks for your service.
So, the reason that they changed
Dave
it...
and Weather Kevin.
Yeah. There you go. I love weather. Did I ever tell you the time that I went and broadcast live from just a heavy rainstorm? I looked outside, I'm like, man, it's raining. I should go down to the sidewalk and broadcast live. So I walked downstairs at Blackburn, walked out onto the sidewalk and stood at the corner of Victoria and Talbot. And it was raining. And so I call into the radio station to do like a live, like, man on the street. I'm like, hey, Corey, I'm down here and it's raining. Kevin Black with Main Street News coming up in 30 seconds. And then Corey would go to the sounder and the sounder would play. It was like Ken Napford or whatever. And so then they come back and Corey's like, all right, Kevin, what's happening? I'm like, Corey, it's wild down here. There's gusting winds coming down Talbot Street. As I look across, I can see the stop signs. They're starting to waggle. The street signs are waggling in the air.
Shimmy.
And if you're driving, like, make sure you pull over to and I'm like, I'm talking and I can hear like coming through my phone, and I look and my phone had like drowned. It was so full of water that it got waterlogged. And so then I go back upstairs. I'm like completely drenched, and I can see Corey's like I think we lost Kevin. Like, I think we lost. He thought I got hit by lightning.
Forever lost in history.
Forever lost in history.
Oh boy! Speaking of sounders, Gary, can you hit that sounder? The town of Kingsville Municipal Election update. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as it's still election season, we are now broaching into the end of June, quickly into July. Mm-hmm. Again, no new updates, no new candidates have declared their candidacy.
And that is worrying.
So now we're going to change the way we're discussing this topic, because by now there should be some people who are interested.
Well, and here's the thing. There are, and again, unconfirmed reports. I haven't actually had the chance to speak to Larry Patterson directly, but I have been told that he does not intend to run. Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Patterson, if we are erroneous in that, please reach out,
Correct
let us know. And obviously could be a second seat, because if he's not running, Councillor Neufeld has filed papers to run for mayor. Okay. So there are two spots. As of right now, the only other incumbent that hasn't filed yet and may or may not, we don't know, is Tony Gaffin. Mm-hmm. Adam Edwards is on the list to run for council, which means there is still potentially one or two vacant seats. Mm-hmm. If someone's serious about this, to me, you've got 2 months left to file, but get your name out there now. Mm-hmm. And I realize that it's only, it's more than a month and a half since you could start filing.
Yeah. Almost 2 months.
Because at the end of the day, I think that I was having this conversation with my daughter, and I think the lowest number of candidates that we've ever had for the 5 council seats, I believe, is 9. Mm-hmm. And I could be wrong, but I'm going back to the 2003 election. We've had, I think, as many as 18, maybe 21 one year. One year we had a lot of people.
Yeah, I remember that year.
Wanted to run and put their name in the hat, and good on them. And I hope that people, and we've talked about it, obviously, that it can be very thankless, it can be intimidating, it can be cruel, for lack of a better word. But I don't think enough people listen to us that would be deterred, but I don't want people to be deterred from it if they really believe they can contribute and be a member of council in a positive way. That's not just, I don't like this, what council did, or I don't like this in the town, so I'm going to run for council. No, look at the big picture, please. We need people, and we need quality candidates. And if there's 8, great. If there's 6,
and get an understanding of what your capability is as a counselor, right? Don't go and just profess these grandiose plans like, I'm going to lower your taxes, or I'm going to fire the administration because it's all their fault.
No homework on Fridays.
Right? great. What you're doing is rabble rousing and you're getting attention, but none of those things you can do.
So I think maybe we need to do a 180 a little bit and talk about some of the positives of being it. And again, people are saying, two people said to me today, "Oh, are you running? Do you want to?" No. In the past, had I thought about it? Yes. At this point, I'm still thinking no. Like, no. Hold on. Because, I can't say that in 4 years or 8 years or 12 years, I won't. Right?
That's fine. As of now, you're
but
not
as
going
of right
to run.
now, no, I'm not. I'm not running this election. But I can't say never because things change, opinions change. But the positives that of being a municipal representative, you get obviously you get your face out there, but the personal rewards from being there, from getting a phone call and saying, "Hey, listen, I have this concern. Can you help me out?" And then going and doing some investigative work, talking to administration, talking to fellow members of council, and coming up with a solution for that person. That's what you're there for. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons, and that can be very personally rewarding. The team aspect. You're working with 6 other individuals and a strong administration. You might not always agree with the decisions of your fellow council members. You might not always agree with the reports that come from administration, but you're working with them. You're not flying solo. And if you need guidance, if you think you might know a little bit about it and you want to run, I had a brief conversation with CAO John Norton, and they're there to support, especially, new faces.
Yeah, the idea is you're contributing to the community and the execution of what they want you to achieve wants to be targeted in the right direction. They don't want you kind of willy-nilly trying to focus on things that can't be done. So yeah, it's in their vested interest to be able to get you up to speed.
And do you need thick skin? Yeah, probably, because there's always going to be trolls and negative naysayers. But
that's why we joke about it, is because as of the last couple of election or council cycles, the internet and the naysayers have just had a platform that it just makes it uncomfortable for everyone.
Right.
Hopefully, that a lot of that activity has died down to the extent that you can still execute objectives and be a part of a contributing council going forward, because the naysayers have just kind of lost momentum. So,
well, and I think too, we all represent a population, whether and people might not generally think that, but just the way that, like, the person that you are, the life that you live, your beliefs, your biases, your circumstances, all create the group that you belong to, and there are others like you, and the reason that we have representation is so that that the populace is represented, and every person who's listening or thinking about running and thinks, you know what, my concerns aren't heard. The people that my friends, the circles I travel in, whether business-wise, whether socially, aren't represented in town decisions, well, then be the one to represent them. Because that's what makes a successful council. Mm-hmm. It's not a council that goes against administration. It's not a council that supports administration. It's not a council that agrees on everything unanimously or doesn't agree on everything. It's a council that properly represents the populace and is making decisions based on the people that they represent, and hearing from other sides of the argument, of decisions and conversations as well.
And it is a time commitment, but over the years, I've seen plenty of people who have full-time jobs that make it work. And I don't know at what cost. Like, I think that, if you were to ask people who have been on council before, I think the majority will say, yes, it was very rewarding. Sure, it took some time away from my family on occasion, but that's a fine balance, because I feel like we were very productive and we did a lot of good for the town. It's not a group of retirees, this council. 2 or 3 of them have full-time jobs, full-time commitments. But but they're able to. And then there are additional committees that, it's not just your 3 or 4 monthly meetings of council. There are subcommittees and, which do take some time away, but you're not devoting 24/7 to being a member of council.
The municipalities also launched through the Have Your Say Kingsville.ca website question and answer opportunity for election-related or municipality-related topics. So you can go on there, you can pose a question to the administration to get some feedback with regards to maybe an election topic or maybe an understanding of what's happened in the community. It's been up for a week or so now, and there's a bunch of questions on there. A lot of interest that they've seen. They're answering, I think, 1 or 2 a day. So visit that as well, too. It'll help you understand what the role of the administration is and how, as a councillor, you can contribute, impact, alter, or help guide administration through some of these issues that you might find or the populace that you represent as you run as a candidate.
Yeah.
Right? Be educated, be tactful, be smart about what it is. Don't, like I joked earlier, don't be like, I'm just lowering your taxes. Because, hey, you know what? Ain't happening.
No.
It's not happening. So.
The one part of it, too, that I think a lot of people discount is that you can't fundraise until you file your nomination papers. Mm-hmm. And I don't think people understand that in municipal elections, fundraising is a thing. It's not just in federal elections. It's not just in provincial elections. And it's important to try to raise some funds if you want to be successful in a bid to become a councillor. And you can't do that until you file nomination papers. And so, speaking as a communications professional, I would say that if you think that you're going to have a splash right before nominations close, you're better to get your name out early and start associating it with being a candidate for a specific set of or a place in office than you are in waiting and thinking you're going to get a splash or a bump.
Yeah, you're cutting off your opportunity for, like you said, success, campaigning, the ability to have exposure. Because you can go door to door and you have more time. And
there's reasons why federal and provincial parties have nomination meetings months before elections, if they can.
So as we joke about it, there is a lot of validity towards, pardon me, a lot of validity towards running. And as Stevie mentioned, the personal benefits and the sacrifices, that's great. But to the point, without a well-educated, a well-guided council, they're the ones that guide administration to do what it is as the greater populace. So do you want to take your hands off the wheel and let it go? Or do you want to have, the ability that you have as a impactful person in the community? Do you have the capability? Is this of interest for you? Time's a ticking, folks.
So let's say on August the 22nd at 2:58 p.m., there are 4 names for 5 council positions. Either one of you throw your name on that list just because you'll be acclaimed.
No, I have too many obligations in my
I just
career.
want to throw it out there, but that, that could happen. I don't think it will. I think we will see people file, but,
Well, what do we have?
Yeah, you will.
But, no.
Yeah, you put your name in.
No.
Yeah, you're going to be waiting outside.
Like the silent auction bid. Like, anybody gonna bid me? So, there's your election update for this week and whatever the heck month it is in 2026. June. Yeah, it's June still. So we do have, like you said, August 22nd.
I believe.
Yeah, I believe it is
sounds right.
22nd. So not as much, 7-8 weeks at most. So, for those that are considering, or if you do have questions, consult the municipality, right? The town does have resources, Steve, as you mentioned, that will help you get educated. If you have questions about, hey, I'm considering running.
Go to a meeting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Go to a council meeting. Observe.
Yeah.
Talk to a counselor, right? Like, none of them are bad people. None of the council, the mayor, the deputy mayor, none of the councilors.
No, we do have a strong group.
We do.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that if you were an interested, capable person that wanted to be considered as an electorate, you could talk to any of them and they would help guide you as best of their ability as well, too. Hey, here's some of the things that I've seen done. Here's what the biggest thing that surprised me when, yada, yada, yada.
They'll probably even share their mistakes.
Of course.
Right? If they felt they made them, they'll be like, yeah, you know what? This is where I think I might have slipped up, but this is how I corrected it or went about this in this direction.
Or these are decisions I didn't know I could make or were going to be asked to be made.
Right.
Lots to do. Lots to see. Gentlemen.
That was fun.
Happy Canada Day to all those viewing at home. Like and subscribe. Thank you, Gary.
Go Canada.
Go Canada. All right. We'll see you next time on That Kingsville Podcast.
We're not the news.